workshop too, but not for home ownership. But something is equally important. Medicare, joining us from the Walton Insurance Group, we have account executives and Medicare professionals, Adrienne Earle and Paula Golembeski. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great to have you here. Did you have a Super Bowl party or anything yesterday?
Just by ourselves, in bed by halftime.
Yeah, see, I think the fact that the Lions weren't in it this year,
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I don't really
That's
care
what
who
we were
wins.
both saying. It was like, okay. But I did watch it until it went into OT, and then I'm like, well,
It's like,
enough.
I know. Well, I think everybody, it's like, oh no, please don't overtime. No. Yeah.
Let's call it a night, right?
It was like at the end they said this was the 7th longest game in history, and it's like, yeah, it went on forever.
I'll watch it tonight without the commercials.
There you go.
It'll be a quarter of the time.
She's going to watch the halftime show
Yeah.
twice.
Oh,
right?
the halftime show, yeah.
Yeah.
Usher, I guess, taking his shirt off. It was like CBS, again, they had a nipplegate.
Oh, God.
We had to compete with the girls a couple years ago, and so, you know.
One thing that
some
CBS did not show, I guess there was a streaker.
Oh, I did see. Well, I didn't see it, but
you saw it?
I heard him
You
say.
looked for it?
Yeah, I was trying.
Now, we were talking about Medicare. You were here last fall, December, November, and I thought, okay, well, that's it. We don't have to think about it until next year, but that's not the case.
That's what everybody thinks. Medicare is from October 15th through December 7th, and then it kind of goes away. Well, you know, people are turning 65 every day. People are retiring from their jobs and Medicare eligible every day. So our job, and we're pretty excited to announce that we are going to be hosting Medicare 101 educational trainings. Those would be hosted at the Walton Insurance Group, hosted every third Wednesday at 6 p.m., open for the community. So if you are aging into Medicare, you know, if you're already in a Medicare plan but you're still confused, please come. But we're really trying to educate folks before they get into the cycle of needing something and then they enroll, you know, out of their proper timeline. There's deadlines, there's penalties, there's a lot of moving parts. So really what we bring to our community is the education piece of providing them with, you know, the A, B, C, and Ds, Medicare supplements, timelines.
I like how you did the math for us. It's the class of 1977.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We figured that people would see that and they'd go, wait, that's me.
Yeah.
So.
I know, I'm in the class of 74, and it's our 50th reunion year.
Oh, wow.
I know,
How
it's-
fun.
Yeah.
Probably seems just like yesterday.
Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. I don't even remember high school, but it does. It was many. But I remember as a kid when I saw people or heard about people going to their 50th reunion, I thought, what? Really?
They must be old.
Yes, they're still alive. So I know people that they refuse. I know my brother-in-law, he won't retire because he thinks that once he retires, he'll have to deal with the Medicare. It can be frightening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's lots of moving pieces, like she said. You know, it's truly is like that Medicare maze. I mean, whether people are working longer or making a decision if they should go on a Medicare, is it Medicare supplement, is it Medicare Advantage? You know, all the moving pieces, and that's really what these trainings are for, is to help people understand, you know, can I still work and only get part of my Medicare, or, you know, what's the best option?
Well, everyone's heard of it, but people that aren't in the class of 77, everyone younger than that, maybe they don't even know what Medicare is. Is there a simple definition of what it is?
Well, Medicare is the federal health insurance program, and you are eligible for it a couple different ways due to disability. And then aging in and turning 65. So most people, that 65 for most of us is that trigger. What you do depends on your situation. You know, are you actively working? Have you been retired for 4 or 5 years? So where are you in the scheme of things? I mean, if you're retired and you have no other health insurance or you have the marketplace, then yes, you absolutely need to sign up for your Medicare. But everybody isn't in that bucket.
Let's say someone is working and they have a really great insurance plan, health insurance plan at their employer. Does the employer encourage people to move off their plan at that point? Or is it a standard that it's time to go to Medicare, you're done here?
I mean, not necessarily. So if your employer, is under 20, then you have different decisions to make versus if your employer's over 20. So it really just depends on your personal situation. And once again, that's what we always say. It's very specific to each individual person, not what your neighbor's doing or not what worked best for your brother or sister, but what works best for you in your personal situation.
Now, how about age? Because people in this age group are going to become familiar with Social Security, and it depends based on your age how much you will get for benefits when you decide to take them. Does the pricing change? Is there any factors like that associated with Medicare that if you wait to do it, it's going to be a better deal than if you don't?
Not in regards to age. There is a portion of Medicare that's tied to your income that can fluctuate based on your earnings, but as far as age goes, no, there's no difference.
So you've got 3 sessions. Do people need to come out to all 3?
They can, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, so the dates on the flyer that you have are the next 3 sessions. So February, March, and April. The dates would be the 3rd Wednesday of the month, but we're going to be hosting those out all year. So this is just kind of here's the next couple, sessions. Most of the time, you don't want to come back for a repeat. You can, but generally speaking, you're going to get the gist of understanding the do's and don'ts and the timelines at one meeting. So,
and of course, if there was something that, if someone did come to a training and they had more questions, they could certainly reach out to us individually to ask those questions, and we could have a personal one-on-one meeting as well.
What's the most common question that you get at these events?
The most common, I don't know. I've got about a book of 50 questions that they usually ask. So
Yeah.
I guess probably the biggest one is when people are still working and they have a pretty decent employer-sponsored plan, and it's pretty affordable. And then they see the cost of Medicare Part B, Medicare cost of Part D. They might be a high income earner, so there's a surcharge to that. And then they're like, oh my gosh, how much is this really going to cost me? So those folks are a little bit more invested in regards to what the overall cost would be. But generally speaking, I feel like this is an arena that there's so much, I don't want to say misinformation, but there's bits and pieces that are kind of thrown out that are maybe hard to understand on its own. And so I think just what we do, what we gauge to do is really provide a good understanding of the process and how it makes sense if you know the big picture. So that's what we provide.
And don't feel bad if you don't understand it, because I don't. And I've been to all these sessions, and it just takes, sometimes it's very complicated, and it's the federal government.
Yeah.
So
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and that's why you guys are here.
Yeah.
So it's at 6 o'clock. The next one is coming up next week.
Yeah. And you can RSVP at 787-2600. You can call the front desk and they will get you signed up.
Easy, and it's free.
Absolutely.
And a question that I know because I'm in the population, we're going to ask is, well, it's at 6. Should I eat first, or how long is it going to last? I wonder if we should grab something on our way home. And will there be snacks?
Well, good question. Yes, somebody bring us dinner because we probably will not have eaten already. We will have some snacks. Yeah, if you want to eat dinner before you come out, it's probably going to be about a 30 to 45 minutes. They can run as long as an hour, and we'll definitely stay if there's individual questions that need to be addressed. But 30 to 45 minutes, very entertaining, very educational. We'll make it worth your time to come out and learn. And yeah, if you want to grab dinner before, or bring it in and eat it there.
Stop at West Point on your way home.
Absolutely.
There you go.
You never go
There you
wrong
go.
with West Point.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing all your knowledge with our viewers, and thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Free Medicare 101 training event from the Walton Insurance Group, thanks to account executives and Medicare professionals Adrian Earle and Paula Golembeski. Next, it's time